I am Oberose Fajardo. I am assigned to talk about compound interest. So what is compound interest? It is noted that the rate of interest must be compounded annually per annum, and the increase of money should be per year. So we have this following differential equation, which is dp over dt is equal to rp, where the dp over dt is the rate of the account, and p is the money present, and lastly, the r is the nominal rate of interest per year. So noted that it will always be per year. To have a general solution, we need to solve the differential equation, and if we're going to use variable separable year, we will have dp over dt is equal to r dt. We will integrate both sides. It will be ln of p equals to rt plus t. Exponentialize both sides of our equation. The e raised of ln will be cancelled. It will only remain p equals e raised to the power of rt multiplied by e raised to the power of c. By law of exponent, e raised to the power of c is simply c. Through this, you can have p equals ce raised to the power of rt. If I will make c as p sub o, we can have now our general solution, which is p equals p sub o multiplied by e raised to the power of rt. So the example number 1 will be explained by Ms. Plantar.
Good morning everyone, I am Plantar Missy and I am going to solve the example number 1, which the question is, if you invest 700 pesos at annual interest rate of 7% compound continuously, calculate the final amount you will have in the account after 10 years. Where P is missing, P sub O is 700, time is 10 years, and R is 0.07, which sa question siya is 7%. So here's the formula. So P is equal to P sub O times E raised to the power of RT, where P sub O is 700 times E raised to the power of 0.07 times 10, where P is equal to 1,409.62 or round up to 1,410 pesos. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, good morning. For example 2, let me read the question. A man deposited 15,000 pesos in his account paying an annual interest compounded continuously. After 10 years, accumulated amount is 80,000 pesos. What is the interest rate? So before we are going to solve the problem, let us first analyze what are the given data, so that it will be easy for us to plug in those details to our formula. So first is 15,000 pesos. Kinsa man na siya? So 15,000 pesos is our initial amount, since that is the present amount a man was going to deposit in the first place, right? So initial amount lang siya. Next is 10 years. 10 years is of course obviously our time, and 80,000 pesos. 80,000 pesos is our accumulated amount or the expected final principal amount, so that will represent our P. Question is, what is the interest rate? So that is the unknown. Now for the solution, we already know the formula. P raised to the power of P sub O, E raised to the power of RT. Next, so dali siya solve sa calculator, di ba? Dito ra jud siya. But if we will do it manually, let me continue. So divide both sides by 15,000 pesos. So ma-eliminate ang 15,000 sa right side. So ang may tabo 5.33 is equals to E raised to the power of 10R. Now, for the next step, let us recap what we have learned on the concept of natural logarithm. So, para ma-eliminate ang E, put both sides natural logarithm. So, may tabo, ln 5.33 is equals to ln E raised to the power of 10R. So, natanggal naman ang ln of E. So, nahibilin, ln 5.33 is equals to 10R. Now, para makuha ang rate, divide both sides by 10. And after that, mauna na siya ang rate. So, R is equals to ln 5.33 divided by 10. So, answer is 0.1673, and so on. Now, since we're talking about interest rate, so multiply by 100 yung may tabo, 16.73%. So that's our interest rate applied after 10 years with the initial amount of 15,000, and after 10 years, 80,000. So that is our interest rate, 16.73%. Thank you guys for listening.
My name is Fatima Lianto and I am here to discuss about example number 3. Okay, so here is the problem. A man invested to an entertainment business of 2 million pesos of his last shot money, and they agreed to increase the money per year. The total amount of money accumulated after 10 years is 8,550,000 pesos. So where P is equal to 8,550,000 pesos and the P sub O is equal to 2 million pesos. And for the time, we have here 10 years. And the missing is the rate. So using the general solution of the problem, we have here P is equal to P sub O, e to the power of rate multiplied by time. So just substitute the value. P is equal to 8,550,000 pesos, and for the P sub O, we have here 2 million pesos, and e to the power of time or rate multiplied by time, we have here substitute the t by 10. So now to cancel 2 million, just divide both sides by 2 million, and then 8,550,000 pesos divided by 2 million, we can get a 204.275, and then just bring or copy the e to the power of 10 multiplied by r, and then ln of 4.275 is equal to ln of e to the power of 10 times r. So ln of e cancel, and the remaining will be 10 multiplied by r. So copy ln of 4.275. To cancel 10, just divide both sides by 10. And we have here r is equal to ln of 4.275 divided by 10 is equal to 14.53%. So the rate of money per year is 14.53%.
Good day everyone, my name is Leia Ministerio and this is example number 4. So if you invested $2,000 at an annual interest rate of 13% compounded continuously, calculate the final amount you will have in an account after 20 years. What is asked in the problem is to find the final amount or the final principal P, while $2,000 that occurs at the beginning will be our P sub O, or the initial investment. 20 years will be our time, while 13% will be our rate. So we will substitute this given to our general solution, which is the P equals to P sub O exponential raised to the power of rate times time, wherein P sub O is equal to 2,000 E raised to the power of rate, which is 0.13 times 20 years equals to $26,927.47.
Today, this is Edgar Tolaro Jr. And the next problem is John invests $5,000 in an account paying 11% interest compounded continuously. How long will it take for his investment to turn into $2 million? So first, let's understand the problem and determine the given. So John invests $5,000. This is the present amount, which is the value of P sub O. Next is 11% interest. This is the value of R, or 0.11. Next is compounded continuously. So in this problem, we need to use the PORT method. And how long will it take for his investment to turn into $2 million? So $2 million is the future amount, which is the value of P. While in this problem, we need to find the value of T, which is the time to take. Here is the solution. So using the PORT method, let's substitute. P is the future amount, which is $2 million, is equal to P sub O, which is $5,000 multiplied by E to the exponent of 0.11 multiplied by T. Next, let's simplify by dividing both sides by $5,000. So $2 million divided by $5,000 is equal to 400 equals to E to the exponent of 0.11 T. To simplify the value of E, let's multiply both sides by ln, which is the natural logarithm because ln E is equal to 1. ln 400 is equal to ln E to the exponent of 0.11t, and it will become ln 400 is equal to 0.11t. So to find the value of t, let's divide both sides by 0.11 so that we can find the time. So using your calculator, just type the value. So ln 400 over 0.11, which is the value of t, is equal to 54.47 years, or approximately, if we round up, it will become 55 years. So it needs 54.47 years or 55 years to take in order John investment will turn into $2 million. So that's it.
So this is our problem number 6, or the last problem. The accumulated amount of 5,000 pesos is 20,000 pesos. After 9 years, calculate the interest if it is compoundly continuous. So if we analyze the problem, our present work actually the 5,000 pesos. And after 9 years, we have our P, which is the 20,000 pesos. And our time, obviously, it is the 9 years. And obviously, the rate or the R is the one that missing, and we have to calculate. To solve for the rate, we have our solution. P is equal to PO times E raised to the power of RT, which is kaningang formula is gidiscuss ni Miss Fajardo ganina. And we will plug in R given to our solution, which is now 20,000 is equal to 5,000 times E raised to the power of 9R. Next, we will divide both sides by the PO, which is the 5,000. 20,000 divided by 5,000 is equal to 4. And ma-crush out na ari sa pikas kay same naman sila. And ang mabilin is E raised to 9R. And na-remember pa ba nato ang natural logarithm? So, diari, gamito na to siya para mawala ang E and maadto sa ubos ang 9R. So, i-times na to both side by ln. Ang mahitabo is ln of 4 is equal to ln of E raised to the power of 9R. So, ang ln E is ma-crush out na siya, and ang 9R is maadto na sa ubos, and ang mahitabo is ln 4 is equal to 9R. We will divide both side by 9, which is, ang mabili na lang sa pikas is ang R. And ang mahitabo is R is equal to ln of 4 divided by 9. ln of 4 divided by 9 is equal to 0.154 or 15.4%. And that's all about the compound interest. Thank you.